When analysts forecast national energy grid recovery, the instinct is often to look for the biggest possible footprint. That naturally leads to evaluating utilities based on their record-breaking megaplants. But relying solely on raw megawatt capacity ignores a severe real-world bottleneck. A massive reactor provides zero value to the grid if local politics and complex seismic histories keep it permanently offline. Judging a utility's future strictly by its largest assets creates a strategic blind spot for investors and policymakers alike. To accurately measure viability today, we need to look past physical size and examine how well a facility actually integrates with its environment. That brings us to a more accurate indicator for Japan's nuclear recovery, the Shimane Nuclear Power Station. Operated by Chugoku Electric, this is a boiling water reactor facility on the coast. What makes it critical is its location in Matsue, positioned exceptionally close to a dense, everyday urban population. This creates a core choice. We have to weigh the value of megaplants dealing with seismic restrictions against urban integrated plants dealing with intense local consent hurdles. Successfully clearing the hurdles of urban proximity offers a practical map for sustainable generation that raw megawatt capacity cannot provide. This life cycle flowchart maps the plant's operational hurdles. The first major input is evacuation planning. Navigating an urban environment means designing safety routes through a dense mix of historic neighborhoods and modern high-rises. That logistical effort directly feeds into the necessary outcome, securing local community consent to satisfy national regulators. The friction here is high. It demands years of continuous financial investment in community relations and complex municipal planning. But once a utility clears those hurdles, it earns a stable, locally supported operating environment. Enduring that initial urban scrutiny creates a level of stability that isolated plants struggle to replicate. Moving from the community to the hardware, the site had to implement sweeping post-Fukushima safety upgrades across its reactor systems. These safety requirements meant Shimane Unit 2 sat offline for about 13 years, only returning to operation last December. Over a decade without generation takes a heavy financial toll. It forced Chugoku Electric to rely on expensive fossil fuels, damaging their cost structure. However, that return to service immediately slashes those fuel costs and permanently de-risks their earnings strategy. The active reactor now serves as the primary engine for the company's broader decarbonization milestones. Pushing through extreme regulatory and financial delays is painful, but it remains the only proven path to repairing a utility's balance sheet. The final operational input is the engineering complexity of managing 3 distinct reactor life cycles on a single site. Shimane operates 3 units at very different life stages. Unit 1 is decommissioning, Unit 2 is operating, and Unit 3 is preparing for future startup. This creates a complex environment where engineering teams must manage end-of-life teardowns, active generation, and new build testing all at once. Running parallel projects across a decommissioned reactor, a living one, and an unborn one demands immense continuous capital expenditure. But executing this provides a replicable blueprint for lifecycle management across the industry. Mastering this diverse 3-unit ecosystem secures corporate revenue more effectively than placing all your capital into a single megareactor. So we return to the choice we started with, raw scale versus local integration. This quadrant chart maps our findings, weighing a scale focus against an integration focus and short-term speculation against long-term stability. Regulatory success now depends as much on managing urban emergency planning as it does on surviving seismic activity. You sacrifice massive instant grid capacity in exchange for reliable, localized financial stability. Successfully integrating a plant with its local population serves as the most reliable indicator of long-term operational success. If you are an analyst strictly looking to optimize pure grid capacity fast, this approach will frustrate you. The volume of urban compliance and evacuation planning creates an immediate bottleneck to rapid deployment to BEAD. But for utility investors and policy analysts prioritizing long-term viability, this exact friction is what you want to see resolved. The roadmap for Units 2 and 3 provides a specific template for navigating the intersection of technical upgrades and commercial restarts. You have to look closely at the friction of local integration to accurately evaluate the future of Japanese nuclear power.